Hi, my name is Christina Oss LaBang, and I am the author of ANDEANsolrocks, Pathway of Light. It's a book that I produced with my friend Paola that I met in Peru, and it comes with 22 stones and a deck of cards to play a game about ourselves. The reason I'm making this video is because in 2008 when we printed the book, it came like this. I'll show it to you. It has the stones with a deck of cards and a little bag that Paola's family made 10,000 of. It was a very, very big project, and we started this in 2005 early and ended it with the book being produced in 2008. The reason I'm making the video is because I made a video with Paola in 2008, but we just printed the book, so we didn't really know how to play it. And I found that through so many people who've been buying it and walking this pathway of light with the stones, there's been many, many questions. And so today I just kind of wanted to give you a brief idea of how to play this game and what each one of these worlds means. The game, it has 22 stones. 22 symbols are on these stones that come from Peru. They all represent an intention or an idea. And when we play the game, the stones drop and they describe the worlds of what the Peruvian culture believes is to be true for them. I feel like I am just a messenger of something that came through, and I'm here to present it to the United States and to the people here in the North America. Paola is selling them in Puno, and they are selling also in Lima and Cusco. So to just give a brief explanation of what the culture is about, is that they believe, the Peruvians believe that we have three worlds that exist in one human body. In that human body, it's not talking about the light that lives within us, or the energy source, or the soul, or whatever name you want to put to the body that makes it work. I was a hospice nurse for many years, and I kind of understand now how spirit and body work in joined together in walking this walk. So for the three worlds in one, it deals only with the human body. The one that I like the best is called Uku Pacha. It's on the bottom, and it's when you're playing the game, the stones will drop, and you'll put one on the bottom, you put the other one in the middle, and you put another one on the top. And they represent the three worlds with the symbol for that world. The one on the bottom, Uku Pacha, has to do with our past, and this is the part I'm having a lot of people asking me questions about, so I kind of wanted to explain it. The part is that when we were 8 years old, or 10 years old, or 15 years old, things happened to us in our past, and a lot of us have put closed doors to it, and it's become in the dark. And if we ever tell that story, we tell the story exactly the same way that we told it to ourselves when we were 8 and 10 and 15. So that maybe it was your father who was an alcoholic and he used to hit you, and now you're a 50-year-old man that is an alcoholic and you treat your children the same way. And a lot of that justification comes from what happened to you as a child. Well, the Peruvians believe you don't have to carry this. You don't have to have this way of living that something that happens to you when you're 10 continues on and then justifies who you are when you're 50. So what Uku Pacha is that you look at something that happened to you when you were 8, or something that happened to you when you were 10, or however, whenever it was in your lifetime, and you see the perspective of who you were when you were a child. And remember, the person who is helping you to look at this place that you didn't want to ever look at is the being that you are now. You survived it. Whatever happened, you survived it. So to be able to go back and look at it and see the perspective that you were and what happened then, and then be able to leave it there, is the freedom of not carrying your past and not having a history that haunts you. It's not giving up your history, it's just changing the perspective of what happened. Because if you think something happened when you were 8 and you say the same thing when you're 50, then you've never moved that. That's never left you. And the Peruvians believe that we don't have to carry that. We live it, we incorporate it into our bodies, and then we let it go. So that's the underworld. There's a middle world called the physical world, and this is easy because if the stone ends in the middle for your play, it's all about what's going on today. Your physical world, your DNA, your genetics, who you talk to, your job, your children, everything that you come in contact with in the physical world. That reading or that world is the middle world for them, physical. And then there's the top world, which is Pacha, and that is where it's your values and your belief system and your the way you think about religion. Not the light, it's how your mind works. And what I know from being a hospice nurse is that when you die, your mind dies with you. So those are the thoughts that they're talking about changing or moving or shifting. And so when you're playing this game, the game of the three worlds, it is absolutely Peruvian in its undertaking, and that it applies to you because the symbols all have an intention and they would be specific to this world. I was also, when I first started writing the book, I only had that concept down about their culture. And then the thing that changed a little bit was that somebody asked me if they could drop one stone. And when they dropped one stone, it was exactly the answer that they had asked. And so there's something called the first intention in the book. And then I played with my aunt for a couple of years before I wrote this book. And we kept finding out that every time we would play this game, 80% of the time a fourth stone would drop out, or a fourth and fifth stone. And so when I was writing the book, there's the three worlds in one, and then there's a fourth or fifth stone that drops, and you just look on the last part of the chapter and you would see that there's a place called the fourth magic stone of the future, and then that's what you would read for that position. So there's only two ways of playing this game. One of them is you ask a question of the universe and you read it in the book for the first intention. And then the second way is where you have the three worlds in one and sometimes the fourth magic stone of the future.